Walker and Jordan Horston. We're going to take questions from Jordan Horston first, and she has to go to radio. Maria?
Jordan, that third quarter pretty much was what Tennessee Lady Ball basketball can do. Just how did the team adjust at halftime? What were sort of the messages at halftime to recover from that first half?
Honestly, I feel like we started off, and I think the nerves got to us. We knew that there was a great team and that we couldn't have any mental relapses, and so we came out in the second half and we got it under control. Our nerves were together and we just played basketball. But unfortunately, with good teams like that, we can't start off the game like that. But I mean, y'all saw how we played. Y'all saw what we were capable of. We can beat any team. Not stand on that.
Can you talk a little bit about how the whole game changed, or how the game changed when Tamari Key was on the court? Because it really clearly, everyone almost individually was doing better, and it seemed like girls' confidence was way up, even if Tamari was involved in the play or not.
Like I always said, Tamari, she's a major factor, even if she's not scoring points. Defensively, she's our eraser. She rebounds, and she makes it easier for us. So, I mean, when you have a 6'6" post player that can move, block shots, rebound, it's gonna make your life a lot easier, even if she's not scoring or whatever. But it's tough. It's tough.
All right, last question for Jordan, 9:34.
Jordan, it was the first comeback of the season. You guys weren't able to complete. What's your biggest takeaway right now after the game?
My biggest takeaway. I mean, I don't like feeling like this. Biggest takeaway is we just gotta start off how we finish. Execute every possession because we can't take plays off a good team. So, but I know we could do it. It sucks right now, but we're gonna go back to the drawing boards. We're gonna watch film, and it's gonna make us better.
Thanks, Jordan.
Thank you.
All right, other questions? Maria?
Jordan, Kelly's often said that you learn a lot in a loss, and so far this team had been learning quite a bit and still winning every game. So now that you're at this point, I know it's early, I mean the game just ended, but what are your primary things you're taking away from this game?
My biggest takeaway right now, like you said, it's early, so my biggest takeaway right now, and I feel like the team's biggest takeaway is just, like Jordy said, being able to start how we finish against, teams like that, and, when we get in our SEC play, we can't dig ourselves into holes like that. And so just to start off with that same punch that we finished with, and I think that it's a different outcome every single night.
You guys had one of your better nights from the free throw line that you've had all season. Is that something y'all have been working on as a team, and did you feel that helped you tonight?
Our free throws, I think they definitely could have helped us in this game if we would have made, a few more. Having it be a better night, yes, we have been working on it. We work on free throws every single day. So, for us, it's really just getting up to the line and knocking them down, which we're capable of doing, more than capable of doing. We do it every single day. But I wish we would have made a few more today. But you know what? That's just how games go sometimes.
For either of you, Stanford's the first team to out-rebound you guys. How much of that was Tamari Key's limited minutes, and or how much of it was just Haley Jones, being Haley Jones?
I feel like it wasn't either. It was just we weren't at the beginning of the game. They were just attacking the boards like crazy, and we just weren't doing the small things. It's like it just all goes back to how we started the game. And I really feel like if we would have focused on the intangibles at the beginning, then the outcome would have been totally different. So.
Any other questions? Maria?
Jordan, I'll ask you the same question I asked the other Jordan. I mean, that third quarter was Tennessee basketball.
Yeah.
I mean, the crowd got into it. Just like you said, how do you can't sustain that for 40 minutes? I mean, everybody understands there's going to be ups and downs, but how do you tap into that sooner?
I think that getting into that sooner is just, I think in that third quarter we switched how we were playing. We got stops on defense, and that's really what, changed our offense for us. And so I think, you know, getting those early stops on defense and really locking down, sitting in, locking in, that's what's going to, you know, help us to play that Tennessee basketball for 4 quarters. And like you said, there's going to be ups and downs, but those stops are going to help us. And I think that that's what got our momentum going.
So obviously it's disappointing to lose, but are there any wins that you guys can take away from tonight as a team?
I feel like kind of what I just touched on about the intangibles, like start from the beginning. We really focus on those throughout the whole game, and it's gonna clean up a bunch of other mistakes that we make. And I feel like that's one of the biggest takeaway, personally, from my eyes. So if we just focus on those, I feel like we're gonna do so much better moving forward.
Jordan, everyone refers to you as a great floor general. You know, what's going through your head in that 4th quarter when you're trying to keep chipping away at that lead, and how do you keep the team in at the top of the game in that time?
Yeah, what's mainly going through my head in the 4th quarter is really just get stops, because I know that once we play defense, we just get riled up and we can get going. So really just getting stops, coming down, trying to make the right plays. Whoever has the hot hand, making sure, you know, you're hitting them, getting the ball, running the plays that coach is calling, or, you know, what I can see out there, running that. But really just trying to be smart and just take care of the ball and get stops on defense. That's really the main things going through my head.
This was the 10th game of the season. How or what do you think you've learned about this team since the season's begun?
I feel like we definitely come together and push over adversity very well. We don't back down from people. I mean, we were down 20 and we come back and get it to 3. So, I mean, I think that's the biggest takeaway, is that we've always going to have each other's backs.
Yeah, I think another takeaway is that with this group, like, we want to fight for each other. We want to go out every single night and fight for each other, compete for each other. And I think that that's the biggest thing. And I think going forward, that's just going to help push us.
And it's also going to raise our confidence, because we know, like, our teammates are right there for us.
Thanks, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank y'all.